What's going on, YouTube? This is Mentorship Monday. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we are a real estate company dedicated to transforming lives through real estate. I'm renting a home and had several renters destroy a rental home. How can I avoid bad renters that don't take care of their house or keep up with their payments? Here are ways you can avoid bad tenants. If you are using an online portal, you're likely not going to get good answers with credit score. So I tend to not look at the score so much. I look at the report. Mentorship Monday works like this. You guys email questions to help me at DeRosaGroup.com. That is help me at DeRosaGroup.com, and I will answer your question right here on the YouTube channel for you and everyone else to learn from. Today's question comes from Jocelyn. Thank you, Jocelyn, for your question. Jocelyn wants to know, I'm renting a home and had several renters destroy a rental home. I'm sorry to hear that. We've had some videos here on the YouTube channel about just post-tenant destruction of apartments, so I commiserate, my friend. I was wanted to ask how much it costs a background check and how can I avoid bad renters that don't take care of their house or keep up with their payments. Here we go. I'm not going to recommend a specific service for background checks or because I don't want to promote, we're not promoting anything here, but I will tell you that there's a couple of different places you can go. If you are using a online portal or a online management system, I will just give you a few names. Folio, Buildium, Yardi. You guys use a background check system you like, leave it in the comment section. There are a bunch of background check services out there for landlords. Just Google background check service for landlords and there'll be a list like that. Most of them will provide you a credit check, a list of any back credit the tenant has, criminal background check. They'll also give you a landlord eviction history. Now, obviously, the first thing to avoid a bad tenant is you run a background check. I cannot tell you how many landlord friends I have that will take that tenant's application and their application fee and just put it in their pocket and say, okay, I've got someone who wants to rent my apartment. As long as they can produce first month's rent and a security deposit, they can move in, right? Sounds Looney Tunes, but it's true. There are landlords out there that are not running those checks. I don't recommend that. Take the fee and use that fee to run a background check. You're only going to make a few dollars on it anyway, so you might as well run the search. I'm not a big fan of using credit score as a governor for rents because there are things that are to the no fault of the tenant. There are things that are not going to affect you as a landlord. So I don't tend to put any weight at all on credit score, or not much anyway. Here's the deal. If they got a high credit score, they just go ahead and buy a house. They can buy a house at 3 to 5% down anyway. So tenants are going to rent until they get their credit together, in the hopes of, buying a home and becoming a homeowner on their own at some point. For some, it's just a stepping stone. You're likely not going to get good answers with credit score. You can review the credit score and see if they have things that are home related. So I tend to not look at the score so much. I look at the report. We've now handed it all over to third-party management. But when I was doing this, I would look at their credit report and look at things that are home related. So let's say utility bill. Utility bills are important to me because that is something that has to do with the roof over their head. If they don't put their housing requirements or housing costs as a high priority, they might have slipped on a utility bill, and the utility bill is way less expensive than your rent is going to be. So if they're not willing to pay the utilities or willing to go back on the utilities or water or whatever it is, they might be willing to go back on the rents. I don't put any weight on medical or other car payments or stuff like that, other things that are non-housing related. That's just me. I don't put any weight on that kind of stuff. The things that you put weight on are evictions. The last year and a half, you got to be careful because everything with COVID has been nuts, and some places you can't evict anyway. If they weren't paying, you might not see it. And even if they haven't paid the rent in like a year, I tend to look for evictions. If there is a repeated history of evictions, that means that they are in the psychology mentality that paying rent is an option and that they're okay getting evicted over and over again, because everybody can make a mistake once, but if it's multiple, forget it. I've had a few people put their friends in to pose as their prior landlords. You want to ask them questions to confirm the address, confirm the rent they were paying, that kind of thing. Call the prior landlord to vet them and to confirm that they were paying on time and everything like that. And the last thing is, this is up to you, and certain states won't let you do this. In some states, those with a criminal record are considered a protected class. So you can't not lease to someone because they have a criminal record. If they have criminal, like a DUI, whatever, I will not decline on those things. But if they have two things, drug-related activity on their credit or on their criminal report, or any assault or physical violence, those are two things that are showstoppers for me. So those are my declines. I find that under those parameters, you can pretty much locate some people that are going to take care of your apartment. They're going to pay the rent on time, that want a home that they can live in for a long time, that aren't just trying to hole up until they get evicted and go somewhere else. Those of you guys that are watching this to scrutinize landlord policies, I get it. You're more than welcome to leave your comments down below as well for your counterpoints on these parameters as well. This is just what we've done in the past. Jocelyn, I hope that helps. And I hope it helps all you guys that are here to just locate great tenants. They're going to treat your property great and respect them. And hopefully you can respect them too as people and as your tenants, and have a win-win mutual relationship. That's what I got, guys. Don't forget, help me at DeRosaGroup.com is where you want to send your questions. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great, profitable week.